Hello, I'm Ione Butler and I'm an actress who lives and works in Los Angeles, and this vlog is all about how to get a green card based on your work as an actress. I originally came here with an O1 visa, and then a few months ago I got my green card, and I've had lots of people asking about how I did it, so this is what happens. First of all, I'm going to tell you the difference between, or some of the differences between an O1 and a green card. An O1 is a visa for artists of extraordinary ability, and lots of actors come to LA to work with that visa. The difference between an O1 and a green card is with green cards, you've got no restrictions. You can pretty much do any job that you want in America, whereas with an O1, you can only do the job that is specified in your petition. So say, for example, in your O1 it says that you're an actor, you can only act. You can't do anything else. Whereas with a green card, you can do anything. Some production companies, some networks don't like to use actors and refuse to use actors that have O1 visas, and they say things like, no O1 visas, only actors with green cards or citizens for this role, which is illegal, but they do it. So when you have a green card, you don't have to worry about that. Also with a green card, you don't have to have a petitioner, a sponsor. With an O1, you need a production company, a manager or an agent or somebody, a company to sponsor you. With a green card, you don't. Green cards cost more money, well, in my experience, and green cards last about 10 years, whereas O1s last about 3 years, and then you can renew them like each year after that. Unless you get a new sponsor, and then you have another 3 years. But anyway, green cards last longer. That's some of the differences. So how do you get it? There's multiple ways. You can get green cards through like family, the green card lottery, all these other things, but I'm going to talk about how I got it through my acting work, because there's so many different ways you can get it. Unfortunately for Brits, we cannot be in the green card lottery. The last time I checked, we can't do that, but for anyone else, apply for the green card lottery. If you don't want to just wait in line for a lottery, if you want to take life into your own hands, here's what you do. Now, if you win a Oscar or a Grammy or an Emmy, you will immediately be eligible to get a green card. If, however, you haven't got one of those yet, you will do. This is how you do it. So there's 10 different categories that you can sort of submit for, and you need to pass at least 3 to get the green card. So what are the 10 categories? The first one is receipt of lesser nationally or internationally recognised prizes of awards for excellence. So what that means is, if you didn't win an Oscar, boo. But if you have, however, won an award like a Best Actress award at a film festival, or your movie has been awarded for something, any other award that is not as big as that can count towards one of those 10. The next one is membership in associations in the field which demand outstanding achievement from their members. Now I'm trying to learn all these and say them without reading them, which is why I'm doing the stupid faces and stuff. But anyway, what that means is, are you a member of BAFTA, the Academy, Associated Press, Women in Film, Soho House even? Are you a member of an organisation that demand their members outstanding achievements in the field? The next one is publish material about the alien, that's you, in professional or major trade publications or major media. What that means is press. Are you written about all over the place? In trade publications, in big magazines, in newspapers, on TV. Are you all over the place? The next one, evidence that the alien has judged the work of others, either individually or on a panel. All that means is, have you judged the work of others? I passed that one by, I judged a student film competition, and I had evidence that I did that, so that passed that category. It's one of the first ones that just was passed. So yeah, what have you judged? Get involved with some film festivals if you can. Get on the panel. If you're a voting member of BAFTA, then, and you choose the movies, great. If you vote for films with, SAG, AFTRA, because I know that some people vote for those. Actually, no, you're English. What am I even talking about? Anyway, have you judged the work of others? Have you been on a panel? I think that's self-explanatory. Explanatory. The next one, evidence of the aliens' original scientific... why do they call us aliens? It's a person. People are people. Anyway, evidence of the aliens' original scientific, scholarly, artistic, athletic, or business-related contributions of major significance in the field. So I'm going to make that sound a little bit more easier. Evidence of the human being's original artistic contributions of major significance in the field. What that means is, what have you brought to the field? Have you, it's a little bit hard to talk about it in terms of acting, but have you created a whole new acting style? I'm just riffing here. Have you devised this whole new performance style? There's something original that you have brought to the world of entertainment, right? I don't know that I've brought anything apart from my fine old self. But if you have, great. And the way that you prove that is by getting letters of recommendation from people who know you and have worked with you. The next one is authorship of scholarly articles in the field. So have you written any articles, any books? Have you written stuff that is about the industry in the field, and just show them that? I'd written some articles about some stuff and I submitted that. The next one, evidence that the aliens' work has been displayed at artistic exhibitions and showcases. What that means is, has your work been displayed somewhere? This one was a little bit interesting because I got a request for more evidence, which I'll explain in a second. But my lawyers came back because they said no to that. Immigration said no to us arguing that. But my lawyers said, oh, hell no. Her work has been on display. And it's been showcased. So, for example, when my films were at film festivals, you could say that that's a showcase, and that's a showcase of my work. And if it is on display in a movie theatre or on stage, then technically that is displaying our work. So that's why you need a good lawyer, because I wouldn't have a clue about any of this. I probably wouldn't even know what it means. But immigration said no to that one, and my lawyer said, you need to recognise that she has been showcasing and displaying her shit all over the place. So that's what happened there. The next one, performance of a critical or leading role for organisations of distinguished reputations. I've always struggled to say that. This one's quite important and is something that you should really push at. So basically include everything that you've ever done, any lead or critical roles in projects, get letters of recommendation from directors, producers, network executives if you can. The goal is to prove that you have been crucial to the success of projects or for companies of distinguished reputations. I've been working on a project that was originally started by a startup within Google. Google is a distinguished organisation, and so that helped with that. Amongst the other things that I've done and companies that I've worked for, I pushed a few. The next one is evidence of high salary. I'm not going to say it how they say it because I'm just tired of reading these really long sentences, but basically, how much have you earned compared to others, which is kind of horrible, really. But proving that you earn more than everybody else, I did that by submitting some contracts, some 1099s, which is like a tax thing. I got a letter from my accountant saying that I earn money, and also things like sort of national statistics of salary, so that you can then say, this is what the average is, this is how much I make. Things like that your lawyer should be able to help you out with. But yeah, evidence of high salary is another category. Then last one is evidence of commercial success in the performing arts. This is things like box office receipts, ticket sales, viewership figures, just evidence that you've made money for the productions that you've been in. Have you sold out theatres? Stuff like that. So those are the 10 categories. To get your green card, you need to pass at least 3 of them. Recommendation letters are really, really helpful at proving a lot of those. You can tick a lot of those boxes with your letters of recommendation. And with those letters of recommendation, you need to state they need to be from people who are distinguished within the field, who know you, how they know you, and why they think that you are the bee's knees. The next step is submitting all that information to a lawyer. They draft up your case, send it to immigration, and then you receive either a yes, a no, or a request for more evidence. Unlike my O1, which went straight through, for my green card I got a request for more evidence, which was really stressful because we had to go back and I had to go and find some more information, and my lawyers had to do the petition and add a big bunch of stuff. But luckily they knew what they were doing. And so here's a request for more evidence. This is my letter. And then it just basically says all the things that they say no to. It lists all the categories that I submitted for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories I submitted for. And then they basically go through and go, this one wasn't good enough. You're not good enough. This one wasn't good enough. And then my lawyer just basically sent back a, fuck you! And then all the evidence that backed it up. I'm just being immature about the whole thing, but that's kind of how it happened. So I got a request for more evidence. After I submitted all the stuff, I got approved. Yay! Then this bit gets a bit weird and complicated, which I didn't know about. So once you've been approved, you get a letter. You have to go and fill out all this extra paperwork. You could probably figure it out, but I did it with my lawyer, so they helped me out. So after you've been approved, there's this process where after they approve your case, there's this process where they make it a green card. I don't know why after you've been approved they can't just go, yep, sure. It's called adjustment of status. And that takes time. So first of all, you get an appointment to go and have your biometrics taken, fingerprints, all that kind of stuff. So basically, while the adjustment of status is happening, you get these like temporary documents so that you can work and you can leave the country and come back. If, however, after your green card's been approved, while the adjustment of status is happening, if you leave the country and try and come back, you've just ruined everything. So you can't leave the country until you've got those temporary travel documents and the work authorization thing, which is called a combo card, right? So anyway, luckily I had a job in July and my combo card came in time so I could go and work and come back without any trouble. Then, shortly after that, I got my official actual green card. The adjustment of status had all happened. The actual green card came through. Yay! I got it. So, what does it cost? Good question. My legal fees were about $6,000. Then you have the filing fee. So once you've put the petition together, you send it off to immigration, and the fee for that is about $580. I decided to premium process mine, which meant that I would get an answer within 2 weeks, which actually I found to be very helpful. That fee is an additional $1,225. I think that it was that much. So obviously that hikes the cost up. Then once your case has been approved, then I had a request for more evidence, so that was an extra $1,000 for the lawyer for the request for more evidence. Then once it was finally approved, I had to pay for the adjustment of status. I think that it's just an excuse to charge people lots of money for all these different steps, which probably is. That's $1,070. That goes to immigration. And then other things that I had to pay for were, I think it was about $200 for a medical exam because they want to see some medical records. Printing and FedExing the petition to the filing office and stuff probably came to about maybe $150 or $200. And then it was little things like getting passport photos for the petition. So everything just kind of adds up. But I'd say in total it came to about $10,000 for everything. Like I said, if you can find a way to do it without the lawyer fees, then you'd save a lot of money, but it was the lawyers that really helped me get my green card. So unless you know what you're doing, I'd recommend using them. The next step I recommend would be to put some feelers out and arrange some consultations with lawyers, immigration attorneys, to find out, just to get more information from them, see if they think that you stand a good chance of getting a green card. Tell them about all the stuff that you've done, find out how much things cost. Just be wary, because there are some people who say that they're lawyers and they're not. They're just people that do the paperwork, sort of charge outrageous sums of money, and I know lots of people that have had horror stories in the past. So I would, read reviews, go on referrals of people that that have used these lawyers, and just be cautious before handing over large sums of money. obviously. But yeah, I hope this was helpful and that it kind of explains a little bit about how the process works. And share it if you like it, and just do all sorts of good stuff with it. Okay, bye.